Welcome to another edition of Eric's Product Reviews, brought to you by hollywoodfrodo.com. I am Eric, and today I'm going to be talking to you about this awesome little gadget. This is the JOOAN 366 HD IP camera. As you might suspect, it's a surveillance/security camera. Also could be used as a baby cam monitor or a pet monitor or anything like that. Really awesome device. I've been using it for a couple of weeks and checking it out and putting it through the paces, and it performs excellent. First of all, you'll probably notice these little IR lights around here. That's for night vision. Yes, it does see in the dark, which is cool. Also, you can probably tell by the design, it turns any way you want it to turn, all the way around, and also flips up and down. So you can see pretty much anything you need to see. Anywhere you need to see, you can get there, and you can control it all from the app in your phone. So I'll be showing you that in just a little bit. Just to highlight a few of the key features, obviously the fact that it's HD, the fact that you can turn it and control it remotely to see everywhere around is really awesome. The fact that it has night vision is really cool. It does also, obviously you might have guessed from the antenna that it will connect via Wi-Fi. It does also have an Ethernet port, so you can connect directly to the internet via Ethernet if you'd like. And it also has an alarm interface, which is really cool. A place for a micro SD card slot, so you can put a micro SD card in there and you can record video and or take photos to record to that. And you can also set it up to record automatically at certain times. And then you have an audio in, audio out. It does have a speaker and a mic built into it, so you get for two-way communication, which is awesome. So you can hear what's going on wherever you're looking in on, and you can also speak to them through your phone, which is cool. But if you want to add it, if you wanted to add a better speaker to do it, then you have audio out right there, which is really cool. If you wanted to add in a microphone other than the microphone that's attached to this, you wanted to place it somewhere, you've got audio in. So very cool. Now before I talk a little bit more about it, what I want to do is I want to have a couple things. I want to show you an unboxing, then I'm going to show you the setup of the camera, and then I'm going to show you the camera in action, the different settings, and so you can see how well it works. So let's start off with the unboxing. It's just going to be a quick unboxing of the JOOAN 366 HD 720p Cloud IP camera. You can see obviously wireless monitoring security camera, cloud IP camera. It's about all it is. Has a picture of the cloud. Doesn't really have a lot of information on the outside of the box. It's just is what it is. So let's open the box up, and you can see very well protected with a styrofoam topping and a very thick styrofoam on the inside. That's why the box is so big. I want to make sure what's protected, I guess, in shipping. You have your warranty card. You have your quick install guide, product manual, tells you how everything works. And then here you have the camera itself. Let's pull that out. Take a quick look at the camera. Right away I can see there's a tripod mount on the bottom. It's kind of cool, and a reset button. On the back here you have the power, Ethernet in case you want to use direct Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi, alarm to interface with an alarm, micro SD card slot, in and out for audio, probably a function button, and I believe that's for an antenna, for the Wi-Fi antenna. If you want to attach that or need to attach that. Here's the camera itself. Sleek looking camera. You can tell it rotates side to side as well as up and down. You can see those infrared lights. I'm assuming that's probably the microphone, and the speaker's probably back here. Let's see what else comes in the box real quick. I include a lot of stuff in the box. Some screws for mounting. You want to mount this, and they actually include a mount. So obviously it can attach to this, and this adjusts, and then you can mount this to a wall or something, which is cool. They include that for you. They do also include the antenna. So there's the Wi-Fi antenna that you connect to the back there. And then they include an Ethernet cord in case you need that to connect to the Ethernet. And then your power source. So you can see pretty much everything you need comes in the box. And that's going to be it for the unboxing. So as you can see, it comes with everything you need, including the cool little mount, which allows you can mount this on a wall if you want to, or you can mount it upside down from the ceiling if you want to. There is a setting in the app to flip the picture, so if you're mounting it upside down. Really awesome. Everything you need is there in the box for you. Now let's jump over to another video. I want to show you the setup. Obviously that's a big part of a camera like this, is setting it up. And one thing I found out was key, as you'll see really fast, is I found out that you do have to connect it directly to your internet, to your router, hardline through the Ethernet port to begin with. Now once you have it set up, it works fine over Wi-Fi. You don't need to connect to the Ethernet. It doesn't have to stay that way. But just to initially set it up and choose the Wi-Fi and give it the password and all that stuff, just for that you do need to connect it to the Ethernet. So just so you know, let's go over to the video so you can see how it gets set up. Okay, so we're going to go through the quick setup to get the JOOAN Wi-Fi surveillance camera all set up. One thing to note is that for initial setup, you do need to plug in to the Ethernet directly to your router. So probably one of the reasons why they include that cord in there. Ultimately you can use it on Wi-Fi, of course, but for the initial setup you do need to plug it directly into your router. So I have it plugged into there, and then I have it plugged directly into the back of my router, into the Ethernet port. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to give it power. So we're going to plug, got the power plugged into the wall, we're going to plug it in there. And you see the little lights going to work there. Lets you know that it's got power. Lets you know that it's connected to the Ethernet. And then you go to the App Store, either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, and you look for MIPC. That is the app that you use to operate the camera. So we're going to click open there. And when you first open it, you're going to get a log-on registration. You do need to register when you first start, so you'll do that first. Once you've registered, then you'll get to this part for the device list, and you can see because it has power, it's testing the motors back there, moving all around. You can see how it moves. But once you're registered and ready to go, then you're going to get to this list, and this is where you're going to add the camera. So we're going to click the add button, and it's going to ask you to scan the QR code. There is a QR code on the back of this, so I'm going to scan that, and it gets it, and we're going to hit next, and it's going to send the request to connect to the camera. Okay, so what I realized there is if at first you don't succeed, try again. The first time didn't work, so I needed to reset the camera. I think that's because when I first tried to hook up to this camera, I didn't have it connected to my Ethernet to the back of my router, and then I realized you needed to do that. But by then it was already a little bit messed up. I needed to reset it. So I reset it, and then once I reset it, then I did the same thing I did before, click the add button, scan the QR code, and now it's ready to go. Just need to input the password. And once you do that, it asks you for a new password because of course it's using the default password, which is admin always. So now you input the new password. Now I'm applying the new password, and now it's going to set up to connect to the Wi-Fi so that you can disconnect it from your router. So we're going to select the Wi-Fi and then input the password. So now it's successful. You can see add device success, modify password success, and configure Wi-Fi success. And it says the Wi-Fi is working properly. You can now disconnect the wire. So I'll say OK. And let's disconnect the wired. So now it's connected just to Wi-Fi, and we're going to tap that so you can see it's working. It is live right now. Of course, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Right now this is just the setup, and then in another video I'll show you how it works and how to operate it. Okay, so you see how it's set up? Fairly easy. Like anything that's electronic or a gadget with different settings, it takes a little bit of figuring it out to begin with, and I totally missed the part that I needed to connect it directly to the router. That's because I didn't read the directions. It was right there in the directions, and I was trying to set it up without the directions. Typical guy. And so I was trying to set it up just through Wi-Fi. But I realized you have to connect it to the router to set it up initially. Then once I got it set up, then I disconnected it from the Ethernet to use it in my house and test it. And I'm going to show you some video right now. I tested the video over Wi-Fi. I also tested it even when I was at work. I would connect to it just through 4G LTE. Works with no problem. But let's jump over so you can see how the app works, see what it looks like. See the different settings that you can change once you have the camera set up. There's a lot of settings to tweak it however you want it to be to do what you want it to do. So let's jump over and check that out. Okay, so I just want to show you the app and the camera in action now that it's all set up. This is the app, MIPC, so open it up. Any cameras you have, you'll see here. This is the only camera I have, but if you had multiple cameras, you would see them here as well. There is a menu button that lets you change the resolution, the user admin password, user guest password. You can add a device. Let's go into settings just so you can see what that is. You can set up notifications, and you can choose whether you want sound, vibration, or both, and choose your ringtone, and that would be for like motion detection and things. And then you just got a few other things, buffer time and software. So let's go to this camera and open it up. And first off, I'm going to just show you the camera itself. So here we go. Watch what happens when I move over like that. The camera moves. So I'm controlling the camera by my phone. This is a wall right here, which is why that's so dark. Drag down. Camera's going to show me what's up there. Point at the ceiling. Drag up. Camera follows your finger. Wherever you tell it to go, that's where it goes. So you see, you can get a full 360. The camera completely rotates all the way around to show you everything you need to see. And it responds fairly quickly, as you can see. And that's me filming this video right now. And this is on a, right now I'm connected to Wi-Fi with my phone, but it does work connected to 4G without any issues at all, which is awesome. And if you're on 4G, you might just have a 2-second longer delay because you're transmitting a lot of info, especially if you're doing HD. But it still works without any issues on 4G connection. So you can see you can fully control the camera remotely to see what's going on no matter where you are, which is pretty awesome. So let's go back over here, and I'm going to get out of there and go back in so I can show you these settings at the top. That's the sound. So when I do that, it allows me to hear the sound. Right now I have my volume all the way down, so now you're going to hear my echo. Because it's obviously picking me up and then transmitting it to my phone. So, and then this is the mic that allows you to speak. So that's the mic that allows me to speak. So now when I want to talk, I just press, "Hey, what's going on?" And you probably could hear that coming from the camera over to my side. And then you can take a picture. So I just took a picture of that, and it's storing that for me. And you can also do video. And right now I don't have a micro SD card in there, so it would record to my phone, but you can record to a micro SD card if you have a micro SD card. Now you have these settings right here. These are your main settings. So you go in right here, and you see you can set up the mode, whether you want auto, day, or night, and then brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, and resolution. So you can set all that up without any issues. And if you turn your phone sideways, to get those you just tap and then those things show up. Now this settings button at the bottom, that's different. That's to set up all the complicated stuff. About, you can name the device, you can set up your password, OSD, so the display date and the date format, date display time, so all these different things that you want to set up inside of there you can. Your SD card, you can set that up. Right now it tells you there's no SD card. It is enabled, but there's no SD card. But if you put one in there, you can see exactly how it's set up, and you can enable or disable it. Motion and notification. So you see, you can set up motion detection, you can set up an alarm, and you can turn it on if you want it, which I'm not using. Scheduled recording. So you can schedule to record at a particular time, which is kind of cool. Date and time. That's where you set up the current date and the time and to sync, or if you want it to use a server, set up your time zone, all that stuff. System. So that's where it just kind of tells you where the device is. You can restart the device if you need to. And then others, you can set up the level of the speaker and the mic. You can flip the image if you need to. If you have it hanging upside down, obviously, then you would need to do that. Power frequency. And then you can delete the device. So all those settings are there for you to set up. Once you have the camera first set up and going, then you can use those settings to make it exactly how you need to make it. Okay, so I just want to jump back up here really quick and show you the network settings, because I kind of glossed over that, and that's an important one because that's what you go into after you've set it up when you want to set it up on Wi-Fi. So if I click network, you'll see right now I have Ethernet disabled, so whether it's connected or not connected, you have the option to enable or disable it. Obviously when you first set it up, it's going to be enabled by default because you have to use the Ethernet. You have to connect it to the back of your router to set it up. But once you have it set up, maybe you want to use Wi-Fi to be able to put it anywhere you want to without having to worry about connecting it directly. And you can do that. You would just click Wi-Fi and go into your Wi-Fi settings, and you can see it's enabled and Wi-Fi mode, and then here's your Wi-Fi list where you set it up. And if I press that, then you see the different Wi-Fi connections that are available where you are, and you can choose the one you want to connect to, enter the password, and it'll connect the camera to that Wi-Fi. So that's how you set up with Wi-Fi. There are other more advanced settings under network that you can use if you want to get fancy and if you're an advanced user, but for most people, all you need to know is that this is where you go to select your Wi-Fi network that you want to connect the camera to. So as you can see, it works great. I mean, this camera is perfect for whatever you need it for. The night vision is awesome, works great, and in the day, of course, just the fact that you can view anything, you can move it around, you can listen in, you can speak, you can have a two-way conversation basically. The fact that you can connect to Wi-Fi or direct connect to Ethernet, also has that additional alarm interface if you want to use that. This would work excellent for surveillance, for security. It also would work great as a baby monitor or a pet monitor, or maybe if you have a relative or a parent that's elderly and you need to be able to look in on them and check in on them if you can't reach them or something, then it would work great for that, especially with the two-way communication. Just a really excellent device. Trying to think if there's anything I missed. You might have noticed there are a few little LEDs here that do stay lit to let you know what's going on. They're subtle. They are sort of hidden behind the window here, if you will, the tinted window, and so they don't shine bright or light up the room or anything like that. They are easily visible, but they don't put off a lot of light, which is great. Just really overall a well-made device, works really well. I was very pleased with how it works in my house, and really a great concept and quality product. So if you're in the market for something like this, then I would highly recommend it. Again, the fact that it can go 360 is really awesome, and the fact that you can listen in and also speak over if you need to. Really good for any application that you want to use it for. Again, it's the JOOAN 366 7 1080p HD surveillance security camera, IP camera. I will have a link in the description below to the product on Amazon. So of course you can click that link, jump over to Amazon. You can read what other people have said about it, check out some other details, and pick one up for yourself. Anyway, that's going to be it for this review. If you like this review, please click that like button. If you know anyone who might be interested in one of these, someone who's in the market, maybe someone who's about to have a baby, or someone who's, any situation where they might need a camera like this, please share this video with them so they can see how this one works. You can do that on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, email, all those ways are down there. Just click the right button. Head over to my channel, check out my other videos. I do all kinds of product reviews, appliances, household products, gadgets, electronics, dog products. You name a category, I probably have reviewed something in that category. Lots of cool stuff that you'll find interesting. So check that out. If you have an Android phone, check out my Android app reviews. I only review apps that help make your phone better. No games, just productivity apps and utility apps that make your phone better. So check out that if you have an Android phone. And that's really about it. So until next time, have a great day.